Hey folks, we're up here in the bee yard, my one beehive behind me. As you all know, this is my first year keeping bees. I've read about them for a long time, studied a lot of stuff. It's just completely different when you actually have your own bees. But I'm excited. I have been checking on them when I come up every other day to add sugar water to their feeder. And I peek in on the top cover and it seems like it's loaded with bees. And I'm really excited to get in here and see how many frames are filled out with wax, see what kind of resources they have stored. We're kind of in a dearth right now. There's not a lot of things blooming. So you might see me wear gloves today, not bee gloves, but just leather gloves. They can be a little cranky. I've noticed when I've been changing their sugar water out, they're a lot more active around me. I don't wear a suit when I do that, but a lot more of them come pouring out. And they never did that before. It might just be because there's more numbers. It might just be because they're in a dearth. They might have a lot of resources stored and they're very protective of that. I'm not sure what the deal is, but I know this time of year they get that way. They get a little cranky. So that's why I haven't been inspecting them every week like I was. There's no need to do that. So let's crack this open. We're gonna check, again, we're gonna check for the frames, how filled out the frames are, their resources, make sure I still have eggs and larvae in there. Everything's going well. I'm not sure if we'll check every single frame, but we definitely will open up the top brood box. Yeah, bee just buzzed my ear. And the bottom brood box. So let me get suited up, get the smoker going, and we'll see you over there. They have really been putting propolis on here. Maybe that's why I'll put my gloves on, because the propolis, and there's just so many bees. See what I mean? That's a good thing. Set that down right there. It's not as filled up here as I would have hoped, but it still looks good. Like I said, I don't normally wear gloves, but I need to get a pair of those rubber gloves just for the simple fact that this propolis they make is some sticky stuff. I mean, it takes a while to get it off your fingers and everything else. Put my shirt over there. Okay, let's dig in. I want you guys to see this. They're lining up and they're watching me. They want to know what's going on out here. Okay, let's get this empty frame out of here. And it's already sticky out here too, so they've been putting propolis on everything. I'm already not liking the gloves because it feels like that's the first frame, nothing but a few bees on there. They're really peeking at me out here. Let's get them back down in there. Okay, second frame. Let's see, first of all, let's check, make sure we're centered up. Okay, and we've got empty, working. So we're pretty even. Remember how they were moving to the right? We've got them moving the right way. So I think what I'll do is leave it like this. Here's the second frame, and as you can see, well, that's really sticky. You can really see that propolis on there, right there. See that sticky stuff right there? That's propolis. They get that from trees, and it is like glue. Hey, I don't want to roll you. Okay, we're going to dig in the next frame here. This is where we should start seeing some resources. Not so much eggs, probably. We'll find out as soon as I go to pick it up. And I see I have a bunch of bees up here putting stuff in there. It's got some weight to it, so it's definitely all nectar right there. That's nothing but nectar. So there's a little bit of bee bread or pollen in there. You won't find the queen on this frame. They're starting to build this one out, so that's really good. Like I said, you won't find the queen on that frame. I like to push them back together while I'm working. Let's go to the next one. Again, looks like resources. Looks like honey or sugar water, you know. Very heavy frame, very heavy. Well, I lied to you. Even though it's heavy, we've got some brood right there. Look at that pattern, isn't that pretty? See how they have the arch in the center of for the brood? What a beautiful pattern too. Wow. And the ones that are open have some resources in there. They have some, looks like a couple have larvae in there. I see some bees with pollen on their legs. Other sides, not quite conical, but I think they're getting that way. Let's take a look for the queen real quick. And that big drone just tricked me into thinking that was the queen. I'm not seeing her anywhere. I'm not sure I like this camera placement either for you guys and gals. But she's definitely up in the second box laying eggs. I mean, the pattern's really good. So we'll put this one back in here. Yeah, wearing gloves feels very bulky to me. Got a bee in my face. Okay, let's check the next one. Blame them. Boy, I haven't been dive bombing my face right now. Okay, this one feels like brood. It's a lot lighter. Wow. Let me look for the queen real quick, then I'll show you all what I'm looking at. Definitely see larvae in here, so that's good. I want to hold this over top of the hive just in case the queen's here. A couple of drone cells down there in the bottom right. That's what those bigger cells are. The rest of them are worker bees. Okay. Just loaded with bees. I mean, I can hear them buzzing down below, and this top box is full of bees. I can't imagine what the bottom box is going to look like, but we'll get there in a minute. Bear with me here. Again, wow, a lot of brood. Another beautiful set of nice patterns. So she is laying really, really well. I mean, I wasn't expecting this on top. I'm not sure what I was expecting really. I'm not spending a lot of time looking for the queen, but look at that pattern. I mean, that's what you want to see. My goal was not to find the queen today. Like I said, I would like to see her because I haven't seen her in a while. But I know she's here. I know she's laying eggs. So I'm happy with that. That'll have to be good enough for now. Let's get this next one out. This one looks like possibly resources, maybe some brood. I'll know as soon as I pick it up. Oh, yeah, it's got brood on it. Yeah, the pattern. I see some eggs in there and things, but it's just loaded with bees. Again, looking for the queen. Just glancing for her, really, like I said. I'm not going to waste my time with the last last three frames here because I know what they're going to look like. This last one's nothing but get back in your home. Nothing but resources. So I'm going to put this, slide this back over there, try not to squish any bees. I kind of give it a look down in there. Get out of there. They're giving me problems right there. There we go. Usually when you close it really slowly, they get out of the way. So now what I'm going to do is slide all these frames back over. I kept them together so I don't have to worry about putting them, but we'll see how hard it is with how much propolis is on this. It's not too bad. They're down there getting their pheromones going. I can see them fanning in the... Okay, that one's together. And that one's together. We can put our empty frame back in this top box. And then I'm going to take this box off. Make sure we're even on both sides here. Looks pretty good to me. Okay, let's get into our other... I don't want to set this on the ground because I didn't see the queen up there. Doesn't mean she's not up there. I don't want to knock her out, so I'll... Don't mind me while I take my time. There we go. Okay. Can you all see down there? So again, looks like 1, 2, and then they're working on the third one. So they're pretty centralized. Let's get these bees down. When there's this many bees, don't be afraid to use a little smoke on them, especially this time of year. You don't want to be, you don't want to, one, you don't want to damage the bees, but you also don't want to have them in your face and everything else when you're trying to work. And empty frame. So we'll put that right there. Here they come pouring out again. Boy, they are not liking this, but okay, second frame. They're actually starting to build out on this frame, so that's good. I'll show you that real quick. You can just see they're just now starting to build out on this second frame on one side. The other side hasn't been touched yet. We'll throw that back in there slowly so we don't bump them. Let's check this next frame out. Can you guys and gals hear them in there? They're really making some noise. I don't like that smoke blowing in my face over here. Okay, this must be a lot of brood. Or oh no, it's kind of empty. Not bad. It was just really light. This side looks good. A lot of bee bread, a lot of nectar. Must be a resource frame, you can see. If you all see the queen, let me know. I've been having a hard time finding her. Again, like I said, I know she's here, but I'm not seeing her. Let's get this back in here. Boy, they are just pouring out. Let's move this. That'd be easier. Can I get it together without using my tool? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not liking wearing gloves, but that little bee got stuck in his own propolis, didn't you, buddy? Oh, I forgot that I had moved some frames around to get him to work. So this one here is getting filled up with bee bread, pollen, nectar. If you see all that orange in there, that's all pollen. So it looks like another resource tray. They might fill it up with eggs later on. But remember, they had been really working the right side of this box. So I wanted to get them going this way. And it looks like they are now, finally. That's a good thing. Boy, they just keep coming up out of there. The reason I'm mucking them down is I don't want to put my fingers on them when they're up here. I don't want to squish them. So they get down, I can get in here, get these frames apart and work this hive like I want to without squishing too many bees. It's going to happen, but you try to keep it to a very minimum. Okay. Oh, I thought I saw her, but no. Give me a minute here to look. Lots of larvae. Lots of larvae. Probably going to be capped over here shortly. Where are you, girl? Bee bread. So there you go. That's the side with the bee bread and pollen and things. That's the side with the... I'm sorry, this is the side... this is the side of the bee bread up here in this corner right here. This side had a lot of larvae. I misspoke. Sorry about that. It happens. I get turned around. It's my right, your left, vice versa. So it gets a little confusing at times. And I pretty much stay in a confused state all the time. It happens, you know. All right, digging further in. This is frame number 6. They're behaving themselves a little better. Oh, there's our queen. There she is. Right there she goes. You all see her? So now we know where she's at. Excellent. And she's working hard. Hope you all saw that. How did I not see her before? She's giant. Now she's crawling down there in the bottom. I want to get her back up here in the frame. I don't know where she's going. I want to make sure I keep my eye on her. Okay. I'd like her to come back up here. They've just created a kind of a ball around her. So she's there. We know she's there. That's good. I can inspect the other frames and not worry about knocking her off too much. I was just talking to my brother today about I think it was today or yesterday morning, about not being able to find the queen. And he said when he watches my videos, he always looks for her himself. Let me make sure she didn't jump over this frame before I show you anything. I don't see her. But there's another nice pattern of brood larvae. And if you look back on my previous videos, so I'm going to call this done. I don't need to open the last couple frames just because I can see they've got 2 empty frames over here on this side. This one's getting worked. So they're working the frames well. I'll make sure I put these together nicely because that queen was down there. If these guys and gals would get out of the way, it'd be great. They're starting to get a little grumpy on me. Very good. Let me get this empty frame back in here. All right. Everything's even on the corners. My hands are sticky. Let me get this other top box. No bees on the edges. That's good. Let's get them back up here. Now, of course, they come out and start climbing on the edge now. Get back down there. Okay. Looks good to me. Look good to you guys and gals. Get this top plate back on, top inner cover, I should call it. That's what it is, the inner cover. Make sure there's no bees. Okay, so a little warm in here. Got one bee buzzing me here. I'll let the smoke filter over me. Get this hood off while I'm talking to you here real quick. Gotta wash my jacket, it's getting nasty. So yeah, I was happy with that. Lots of progress. The main goal of your first year of beekeeping, as I understand it, is getting them ready for winter. And you know, when I first started, I knew that, but I had to have a friend who watches my videos tell me, remind me of that. You know, I was really thinking, oh, they're going to produce honey this year. No, they're not. I mean, it could happen, but there's just not enough bees. They got to produce wax. They got to, you know, there's so much more for them to do. So once they get this stabilized and they get their numbers where they're at right now and then more, they're going to ball up for the winter and create their own heat, protect that queen, and hopefully come out of winter very, very strong. All signs are looking like that's what's going to happen. That's what I'm hoping for. So next year, when that bloom happens in the spring, I can add my honey supers and get myself some honey next spring. So that's the goal your first year, is to get your bees ready for next year to producing honey. Get them so they can survive the winter, good to go. So I'm not sure if I should buy some pollen patties for them right now. I saw pollen in there. I saw some bees, not as many as I did before. I saw some bees with pollen in their legs coming back in. So I'm not sure if I should buy them some of that. It wouldn't hurt anything, so maybe I'll go down and get some of that from either Tractor Supply or somewhere. We'll see who has it. If not, I can order online. But yeah, that's our August bee inspection. We got to see the queen, that's good. We saw lots of larvae, beautiful pattern up above, which explains why she's down below. She did her job up top, now she's down below, taking care of that. So I will say this, if you ever thought about getting bees, if you ever thought it would be nice to get bees, whether you live in town, check your local regs, make sure you're allowed to have bees, but most places do allow you. But if you ever thought about getting bees, now's the time to get ready for it. I did it. I mean, like I said, I've been thinking about it. Finally, this past winter, my wife was like, go get bees. So I put a late order in. Luckily, I was still able to get a package of bees, but start planning that now, because it is a big upfront cost. So maybe you can ask for something for Christmas, get your order in for your bee package, which is right around $150 for just the package of bees themselves. So start planning now for next spring, and save your money if you need to, whatever you got to do. Get your equipment, get everything you need now. Don't wait till, like I did, when your wife says, just go get them. I mean, for 20-some years I've been talking about bees. Do it. You won't regret it. I love it. I've been holding off on my inspections now, and I miss them. Like when I skip a couple weeks, I'm like, I can't wait to go up there and check my bees out. So yeah, anyways, go get your bees. Enjoy them next spring. You won't regret it. All right, see ya. Bye.